So I mean, I've been looking into this because I've asked you in advance. What titles did you feel like didn't receive the Laserdisc treatment? But I kind of asked you this, and then I looked into it further. I've been looking on eBay and thinking, and it's like, and you said it on the last episode we did. It was very much a mass produced format anyway. So there really wasn't that many titles. I'm looking online and looking on eBay and thinking, what titles didn't get a Laserdisc release?
Yeah.
And I honestly couldn't see a Laserdisc where I thought, wow, that's a big movie that didn't get a Laserdisc release. I mean, is there any that you feel like maybe movies that came out kind of like on the cusp of Laserdisc finishing, or was there any in the midst of it all where you felt like that movie should have got a Laserdisc release and didn't get one? Or
yeah, I mean, according to the Laserdisc database, the 2000 movie Pitch Black is listed, but the release was actually officially cancelled. So there were plans to get Pitch Black on Laserdisc. You know, the sci-fi film with Vin Diesel. Came out in 2000. And it is marked as officially cancelled. So that was in the works, but it never made it. So that would have been a good one. There's also a urban legend that apparently Gladiator starring Russell Crowe was supposed to have one, but it never happened. And
that never got released, no?
Yeah, it never got a release, but there are people that claim that discs were made, but it never made it to stores. So I don't know whether there's like sort of early pressings or these kind of, pre-warehouse pressings or something. Some claim they've got them and they don't have them. It's kind of like this urban legend. So, and considering look at the time frame when the film was released, it would have been perfect for the format. But as I said, it just never quite made it. So you can take that what you will. It's just one of those urban legends that keeps getting talked about. Did Gladiator actually get manufactured? But I've never seen one, and I've never seen one with my own eyeballs or in a photo. So no.
Yeah, it's bizarre that when you hear about, because I listen to like toy collecting, wrestling figure collecting podcasts, and when I hear about like things where you have like a certain wrestling figure that was never released, but there's like the prototypes, and it's a similar thing. And like you think, then you're kind of like thinking, is this a legit release if you do find one in the wild? And then I think it's cool though that there's kind of that thing where you've got the releases potentially out there that were made, but they weren't actually officially released, and there's only a small number. It's
Yeah, there's a few more titles that I think probably just missed out. I'm talking about movies that came around sort of 2001, 2002, 2003, early 2000s. I do think that one that would have been amazing would have been the first Fast and the Furious movie from 2001. Yeah, that just missed out. And I feel, because that's really the only good one. Sorry to disappoint you, but I think the first movie is the only good one. And I think that would have suited the format with the audio and with the car racing and all the car stunts in it. That would have been a good one. Yeah. Also, from 2002, Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man, I think that would have been a good release on the format. Oh, that would have been so good to have an early Marvel film on there. Because I know the first X-Men movie got a Japanese release from 2000.
Right, okay.
That did get released. But Spider-Man from 2002, just missed out. That would have been really cool. Can you imagine the artwork on that one? That would have looked...
I know, it's, that's the thing. It's like, I always like, for me, it's when obviously seeing the ones that you've shown on your Instagram page and the ones you showed me in the past, I think it's always the artwork. Obviously, people enjoy the format, but I think that the artwork's a big part of it as well. Just like to see what they would have done for the Laserdisc of a Spider-Man. I was thinking of as well, like Fellowship of the Ring, because that was 2001. And
that was the next one I was going to mention. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I mean, that would have been mega. I mean, the artwork on the stick would have been incredible. Would have been a lot of discs because it's a long film, so it would have been, probably would have been 2 discs, 4 sides, or if it was the extended one, it would have been maybe 3 discs, 6 sides. Who knows? And some have actually done some memes where they've got like the whole trilogy of all 3 films, the extended cuts, and it's got 2 people trying to lift it because it's just full of discs. So it's a shame that. Yeah, it's a shame that trilogy didn't make it. But I mean, at least the first one, the Fellowship of the Ring, that would have been prime for the format. But again, just a year too late, maybe a year and a half too late. So that's another one that probably just missed out. Yeah. Also, maybe the first Pirates of the Caribbean, the Curse of the Black Pearl, that would have been a good one. That was 2003. Yep. And
there's so many movies on that cusp. They're like 2002, 2003.
And these were like these big fantasy films with a lot of visual effects and with the digital audio. It would have been perfect. And probably the last 2 that just missed out was the other 2 prequels from Star Wars, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, because they didn't make it. Because Phantom Menace did make it, but Attack and Sith did not make it. So it would have been nice to have had the prequel trilogy on the format. But again, it was just too many years too late.